and good evening, everybody. Hello, my name is Paul Grogan, and welcome to the Gaming Rules Live tutorial and playthrough video for Alubari, a nice cup of tea. If you are watching these live, please let me know in the chat if you can hear me, see me, and everything is working okay. And then we're going to get on with it. So I'm here tonight with Rob. Nick and Gemma are here as well, and I'm going to switch over to the multi-camera view so you can see everybody. And is the chat working? No, the chat's not working. It's done this again. Right, bear with us a minute. I need to sort the chat out. Which is this one. Please don't make me authorise it again. Okay, right. Apologies for this. I just need to authorise this widget again. So those people who were listening in last time, who got half of my password, if you carry on listening, you'll now get the other half of my password. Enter your password. There we go. That should be it. Hopefully, chat will suddenly pop up. There we go. Chat is up. So yes, chat is working. Sound is low. Okay, well my microphone's definitely on. You can barely hear it apparently. Okay, well let's just check the sound. Audio. Ah, that's one.
Right, how is that? That should be better.
There we go.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now?
I reckon it's fixed. I'm pretty confident.
Nick says it's fixed.
Not just you, Sydney, no.
No. Microphone was somehow set to the wrong setting. I got all of this ready before and tested it, and it all worked fine. You lot turned up. Not that I'm blaming you or anything.
We distracted,
course
but
not,
we had
yeah.
you talking about all sorts, didn't we?
And it all broke. Anyway, so hello again. We'll start again. My name's Paul Grogan. Live tutorial and playthrough. Thank you very much to Tony for basically making this happen. Tony Boydell, the designer of this game, also the designer of Snowdonia. And if you've played Snowdonia, have you played Snowdonia?
No.
Right,
actually.
okay. Well, a lot of this game is very similar to Snowdonia, but there are a few very key differences. Also, thanks to Studio H, who have sponsored this video, and a massive thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without your support, this kind of thing isn't possible. A special shout out tonight to Robert Taylor. Thank you very much, Rob, for all of your support. I wish I could get some time with you to sit at a convention. You're always busy playing games. I mean, go to a games convention and playing games, it's just
Let's see, what's he like?
what is he like? Right, so what's going to happen tonight is I'm going to teach you three how to play. None of you have played this before.
No.
And none of you have played Snowdonia.
No.
So this is actually perfect. Tony is in the chat. Tony will point out if I get anything wrong. But hopefully I won't. So keep an eye on the chat for Tony ranting away that everything's going on. Scott says sound is good, but there is clicking. Sound definitely has clicking, but your voice sounds low. Right. I'm not sure why. I haven't changed anything at all since the one that I did earlier on today. I did an unboxing video earlier on today, and that was absolutely fine. What I can do is I can quickly stop the broadcast and start it again and see if that fixes it. So I'll be back. We are back. So please let me know if that is okay. Yeah, I mean, it said excellent stream. Paul's voice sounds odd.
Well, we know that for a long time.
That's just rude, isn't it?
It is rude. Let's go into it again. Audio settings, microphone, H6. Yeah. So, I'm not quite sure. What are they saying?
Paul naturally has a long, slow voice. I use him as a soporific.
Yeah, it all looks like it's set fine here. So please let me know if that's fixed the problem. Vicky's saying it's the same. Paul's voice sounds deeper. Right, I'm actually going to put my headset on and have a listen to see what's happening. It's just mine that sounds weird, apparently. So if you want to talk between yourselves, apparently you're okay.
I'd say if you want some voice for comparison.
What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to...
So have you played any worker placement games like this before?
Yeah, we tried a few. We were talking before. I think Archipelago is probably going to be a bit similar if you've tried that one out.
Okay.
That's a bit similar. You're playing through Well, I understand with this one, you're putting workers down, then you're playing rounds and resolving them, and yeah, I think that's quite similar, don't we?
It's pretty, I don't want to say standard, but yeah, it's one of the core mechanisms for the worker placement style games. They're generally very good.
Yeah.
If you like those style of games.
Yeah. How are we sounding now?
Well, I'm listening in.
Yeah. And how does it sound to you?
It sounds okay.
Right.
Oh no, it is really, really slow. Right. Never had this before. Never in all of my live streams have I had this before.
What, in terms of a delay, or in terms
no,
of
it is actually slowing it down.
slow?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
It's really slowing it down. It's sounding like it is...
running at 80% speed or something?
It's running at 80% speed.
Wow, okay.
So apologies for this. I'm not quite sure what it is that I can actually do.
We muted.
Yeah, very, very strange. But Sydney's saying it doesn't. That she's not having the slowdown. But Sydney might think we sound like this all of the time. But I'm listening back to myself, and it is definitely slowing the audio down, and then it's clicking because it's
catching itself up again.
It's skipping and catching itself up.
That's
never ever had it before. And apologies to everybody watching this live, but we probably can't carry on.
All right, calm down, Anthony. What if we all talk really, really quickly?
Just get
would that,
ready.
would that normalise it?
Okay. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to change to a different microphone. Not that this is going to... I'm not going to
do anything. Right, so that's that. Then I'm going to switch back to the main microphone.
I'll tell you what I could do.
Your fans are getting snarky this evening, Paul.
Right, I'm going to actually reboot this device.
Nobody calls him Anthony, it's just Tony. Is it? It's just Tony.
Get out your Paul Technophalia bingo cards.
Fry himself before the end by sticking his finger into a live socket.
Right. I have rebooted this here device. But yeah, never had this audio issue before. So let me know if that's working. Seems okay.
How's it sounding, Paul? Better?
It sounds okay.
Fixed it.
I have switched it off and on again.
we will accept okay. Let's play the game.
So all of the other technical issues I've had have been fixed using that. I've never had to do
Go all the way
that.
down.
Right, hello everybody. For the third attempt, we are ready to go. So I'm going to be teaching you how to play Alubari, A Nice Cup of Tea. If all you want to do is just learn how to play, I am going to cover all of the rules at the start of the video.
Okay.
Then you can switch off. Or if you actually want to see us playing through the game, you can stay and watch us through. Right, the voice is all fixed. We're all good. Stress level's gone down. So the theme of the game, it's basically building the railway to Darjeeling.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in India, and you're all competing for running tea estates, generating tea, and then using workers to collectively build this mountain railway.
Okay.
So you're in Siliguri town here, and you're not laying your own track. You are cooperatively sort of building the track all the way up here, and you will be establishing stations in these towns along the way. All of that's going to get you victory points.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, thematically, you're building the mountain railway all the way up to Darjeeling. The main mechanism in the game is a worker placement mechanism. And what's going to happen over the course of the game is you're going to be placing your workers, and you only have 2 to start with.
Yeah.
But you can get a third one, who's down here in the tea house.
Okay.
Temporarily, whenever you get one of these, it's only for that round.
Okay.
And you will be taking these different actions here. Very, very high level overview. You will be taking actions to get these cubes from here, which is iron, stone, and chai. You will be then excavating rubble along the tea estates, and I've already done the setup, but these cards were chosen at random from a set.
Okay.
And in your first game, it recommends keeping this one pre-printed here. But for later games, you could cover that one over with a different one if you wanted to.
Okay.
You'll be clearing rubble along from left to right, Whenever rubble is cleared from a space, you will put one of your markers on it. That is your T estate.
Okay.
That's one of the things you'll be doing. You will be using this space to convert the iron ore into steel bars.
Okay.
You'll then be using this one to lay track.
Okay.
The first piece of track laid, well, the first piece of track to be laid is actually here.
Right, okay.
So what you do is you put a marker on this space to indicate you have laid track from there to there.
Okay.
That is the first piece of track. So you'll be laying track. You'll then be using this space to build stations in the towns and to take the equipment cards. You will then go into the post office, because everybody likes going to the post office, to take contract cards.
Okay.
Contract cards are really important. They give you an in-game benefit, a one-off in-game benefit,
Okay.
but also at the bottom, victory points at the end of the game if you meet the conditions of the card.
Gotcha.
You'll be getting a lot of your points from the contract cards.
Okay.
Okay. They are very high-level approach to all of the different actions that you'll be taking in the game. Yeah, I should say I'm not actually going to be playing tonight. I'm just going to be teaching the game and facilitating it. So we are a 3-player game. The game takes 1 to 5 players. I have played it at 3 players, 4 players, and I think 5 players. So I've not played the solo game. But yeah, we're just going to be 3 players tonight, so I'm not playing. The board is set up for a 3-player game. The game comes with a whole set of extra cards. So if you were 4 players, you would put different cards over those.
Okay.
We also block off spaces because we're 3 players. And we only have T estates up to here. So yeah, the setup has already been done. Right. The game is played over a series of rounds.
Yeah.
Each round consists of 5 phases. Phase 1 is all about refilling the contracts. We don't do that in round 1 because we've already done that in setup.
Okay.
Phase 2 is you determine the weather because the weather is going to affect things. It's either going to be sunny, rainy or foggy. And that will have an impact on the game for that round. The weather in round 1 is nothing. There
Right.
is no weather in round 1, so we don't need to do anything there.
Okay.
Phase 3 is we will draw new cubes out of the bag, and in a 3-player game we draw 9 cubes out of the bag to replenish this.
Okay.
We don't do that in round 1.
Okay.
Phase 4 is you place your workers. So you'll take it in turn, starting with the start player, which is Rob, because Rob was the last player to have drunk a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Cheers.
So you will place your workers onto the spaces on here, and then phase 5 is we resolve those spaces, starting with this one and moving to the right.
Okay.
So they are the 5 phases of the game. That process repeats until the track is built to Darjeeling, and then the game ends that round.
That round.
Okay, so you've got to be very careful because if you think somebody might do it, that could be the last round of the game.
Okay.
And you need to plan for that. Over the course of the game, though, there are some event cubes in this bag. There are 5 event cubes in this bag. Whenever the event cubes come out, they will trigger the events on this event dial here, this rondel here. The game is going to do things if you don't do them.
Okay.
So if you don't build track, the game's going to build track.
Gotcha.
Right? If you don't build the stations, the game's going to build the stations.
So you can't stall the
You
game.
can't stall the game forever. Certain of these spaces will do that. How do you win? It's those victory points. Basically, it's whoever's contributed the most to building the railway.
Yeah.
And the victory point symbol is the orangey goldy square with a number inside.
Okay.
So you will see that in various places on the board, and you'll see it on the contract cards as well. Okay. You see it on these estate spaces here. You might not be able to see them because they're hidden behind the cubes, but there are numbers on there. And this one's worth 12.
But it's got the biggest amount of rubble.
Takes 12 rubble to clear. And we will add up the points at the end of the game.
Okay.
We don't do the points during the game. Also, these equipment, they're all worth 9 points, apart from that one that's worth 16.
Okay.
So yes, the player with the most points who wins, and as I mentioned, you will get a lot of points from the contract cards. Right, let's go into more detail then. So phase 1, which doesn't happen in the first round, but I'm going to explain it anyway. If there is still a card here, it will go face down onto the discard pile.
Okay.
Everything else will shuffle along,
Yeah.
and then we refill.
Okay.
If the deck ever empties, we reshuffle the discard piles and go again.
Okay.
That's phase 1. That's all we do. Phase 2, we move the weather down.
Okay.
So we're not going to do this in round 1, but if this was round 2, we move the weather down, and then this is the weather for today. And this will have an impact on these 3 tracks here.
Okay.
So this is the excavation work rate, which is when you choose the excavate, how many rubble you clear.
Yeah.
Starts off at 3. If it's sunny, that work rate will go up.
Okay.
If it's rainy, it will go down.
Okay.
If it's foggy, the work rate stays the same, but you put one of the fog markers on there, which means only one player can do it
Okay.
in that round. The next one is the lay track rate,
Yeah.
which when you lay track,
Okay.
it's how many track you lay. Okay, and
So
that
you
can
see
either
the
be-
symbols at the top
either be
there.
one or two.
Sort of.
And this is for when there's a tea harvest.
Okay.
We'll come on to that. We'll come on to that later on. So the weather affects that.
Mhm.
You always see what the weather is going to be like the next round.
Okay.
So we know it's going to be foggy next round.
Mhm.
And then whatever card is on top of the deck after we've refilled that, that determines the weather for the round after
So
that.
currently it's showing foggy.
It was foggy, which is why that marker was there. So it's going to be no weather in round 1, raining in round 2,
Yeah.
foggy in round 3, but by round 2 you will have seen the weather for round 4. So you always
Okay.
can see ahead as to how these are going to get modified.
Okay.
Okay, that's phase 2.
It's a nice little mechanism, that.
Phase 3, we basically draw cubes out of the bag and replenish that.
Yeah.
And we draw 9 cubes out.
Okay.
Any white cubes that are drawn out will be placed on the event track, starting with event number 1.
Mhm.
And if we draw 5 white cubes, 5 events will happen.
Okay.
Okay, I'll come on to the events later on, but that triggers in phase 3.
Okay.
Right. Phase 4, you will place one of your workers onto any of the available spots there. And I emphasise the word any,
Mhm.
because you could put it on the number 3 spot. A lot of people in worker placement games will assume, oh, I go on the number 1 and then somebody else goes on the number 2.
Yeah.
And in a lot of games, being on the number 1 is actually better.
Mhm.
In this game, not always. Sometimes you might want to go on the last spot.
Okay.
Okay, so you will go through and you will place your workers one at a time onto these spaces here, and that's phase 4.
Okay.
Phase 5 is where we resolve them. So now we're going to go into more detail. Right, if you're in here, you can take 3 cubes from here
Mhm.
and you put them into your own supply in front of you. You can only take 1 chai. If you look carefully, the first icon is iron or
Ah,
stone.
okay, I
The second
see.
one is iron or stone. The third one is iron, stone or chai. So you
Okay.
take 3 cubes, but only one of them can be chai.
Okay.
Quick note about chai. This is the chai track. So whenever you take a chai cube,
Mhm.
you actually don't keep it. You remove it from the game and move up on the chai track.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Okay.
never actually, you take the cube, throw the cube away and track it on there. Whoever's second takes 3 cubes,
Mhm.
and whoever's third takes 3 cubes and the start player marker immediately. So from that point on, and for the rest of that round, that player is the start player.
Okay.
Okay, because the start player is important for certain things. So that's what that does. It just gets resources from the stockyard. This area here is excavate, and you excavate that number of rubble cubes,
Mhm.
no less, from the leftmost space and moving to the right.
Okay.
You can overlap. So if there was only 1 cube left there and you were excavating 3, you would remove that one and those 2.
Okay.
As soon as a space is empty,
Yeah.
you mark it with an ownership marker.
Okay.
So this is why sometimes you might want to go on the number 2 spot,
Yeah.
especially here. There's 12 cubes here.
Okay, I see.
Whoever removes the last cube will get the 12 points.
Okay.
So timing is really important. You don't want to remove 11
Yeah.
and then somebody sneak in, remove 1 cube and get 12 points.
Okay. And that's up to a maximum of 5, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
sort of.
Sort
Okay.
of. Okay.
So that's excavating cubes from here.
Okay.
Quick note, when all of these are gone,
Mm.
that action space is useless.
Okay.
But the game comes with an extra card, which I've put somewhere safe. I'll find it in a minute, which goes over this spot. Okay,
Okay.
I'll find it when we're playing. But
Okay.
yeah, that space changes once all of these cards have gone. Right.
Okay.
Action C. You can perform up to 3 things, and each thing can be one of the things depicted on there. So we have, in fact, let's just zoom in a little bit with the camera. Should have done this earlier. There we go. Right. So the first thing is convert iron into steel. So 3 iron cubes convert into 1 steel. The second one is you can convert 2 rubble into a stone by supergluing it together.
Okay.
Or you can convert a stone into 2 rubble, because sometimes you want stone, sometimes you want rubble.
Okay.
So you do that 3 times. This next one is lay track, according to the lay track work rate
Mhm.
marker, which is 1 or 2.
Okay.
If you have 2 and it's on the 2, you must lay 2. even if you don't want to. Okay?
Okay.
You must do as much as possible. Laying track basically means you'll put one of your ownership markers onto the next space. So the first piece of track is here, which means you've laid from there to there. The next one will go there. The next one will go there. So it's every time you see this icon is where you lay the track.
Okay.
Once that track has been laid, the game will end that round.
Okay.
Laying track will get you the points as indicated on there at the end of the game, but laying a track on a blue space also gets you 1 chai.
Gotcha.
The blue space represents the river.
Okay.
So basically, outside of Silguri town, there's a bridge. Whoever builds that has built the bridge.
Right.
Okay? And that's important for this action. Because this action is 2 things. You either take a piece of equipment or you build a station. I'll cover building a station first. You can always build a station in Silguri town. It's open from the start of the game. Building a station here will cost you tea leaves, which I'll come on to in a minute, and will get you loads of points at the end of the game.
Okay.
Other than that, you can build stations in the towns, but only if the town is accessible. At the start of the game, no town is accessible because there's a river in the way. As soon as somebody's built the bridge, all of the things needed to build the stations can cross the river. This town, and this town are now open.
Right.
Even if the train track hasn't
Even
been
if the train track has not been built.
Okay.
Okay, because the workers with all of their donkeys walk all the way up here and build that station there.
Gotcha. So
So-
these yellow ones, they're just long sections
Towns.
of track.
Oh, these, yes.
Yeah, but it's the blue that
okay.
cause the trigger. So that,
Blue causes
that,
the
that,
trigger.
and that, those, that, and that trigger the release of those,
Of
and
the
those,
next lot, all the way up to the
and
next
that
bridge.
triggers the end game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So that's building a station. Stations cost whatever's depicted on there, which is either stone, rubble, steel. That's it.
Okay.
Some sort of car. That's what you gain, isn't
That's
it?
what you gain. Yeah, what you gain is in the box. Some of them are just points. Some of them is take a contract card. Some of them is get a piece of equipment. Some of them is get an extra worker next round. So the benefits of them is all slightly different, but that's building a station. The other option is you take an equipment card. The equipment card are generally speaking trains. The reason why they're not called trains is because 2 of them
Aren't trains.
aren't trains.
Okay.
Okay, but people will generally call them trains. The cost to take one of those equipment cards is printed in the top left, which is always 1 steel for those, 2 steel for that one, and 3 chai for that one.
Okay.
They're all worth points at the end of the game.
Yep.
All of them have a special ability, and they also all have the same extra ability.
Okay.
So the first ability I'm going to describe is shown in the bottom right of the card, which is at the start of phase 4, before anybody places any workers, if you have one of those cards, you may spend 1 chai to get your 3rd worker for that round.
Okay.
Okay.
That one is different. That is 2 rubble to buy the extra worker. So that's printed on the bottom of all the cards.
Okay.
And they can all do that. That is the way that you get your 3rd worker.
Yeah.
Okay. They also have another ability that's printed on them, which we'll go through later on, but they've all got a special ability,
Except for the one in the middle, which is just
which
twice
is
as many
just
BPs.
16 points instead of 9.
Okay.
Okay.
The downside of them is this event here is maintenance. And whenever this event triggers, you must pay 1 steel or 2 chai for each equipment you own, or you lose the equipment.
Gotcha.
Unless it's the very reliable train,
Okay.
where you skip the
Which
maintenance phase.
special ability is?
Is
Special
just
ability is.
maintenance.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So there we go. That's stations or taking a piece of equipment.
Okay.
This one is actually very simple. Take a card.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. You take a contract card. It goes face up in front of you. Make sure it can be seen on the camera once we've zoomed out. This is a once per game ability. The letter there tells you which card it's used on. And when you've used it, you turn it sideways to show that it's been used.
Okay.
The ability at the bottom is completely separate and will still score you at the end of the game even if you use the ability.
Okay.
So it's 2 totally separate parts of the card.
Sorry, did you say that it can be used once per game?
The top bit can be used once per game.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and you turn it sideways to say you've used it.
Okay.
So rather than going through every single contract card in the deck, I'm going to go through these 3, and then when any others come out, we can ask. So at the end of the game, to get the 31 points, which is a lot,
That's a lot of points.
you need 3 tea estates, and you need to have built 3 pieces of track.
Okay.
This one, you need to have 2 tea leaves, and built 1 piece of track. And this is just 2 points per chai that you have at the end of the game. So once you know the iconography, there is another icon which is based on the number of stations you've got. And there is one icon which you need to be careful about, is a station with a little iron cube on it.
Okay.
An iron cube? No, rubble cube. And that is a station that was built with rubble.
Okay.
So it's a more specific one. Okay. Quick note. What happens at the end of the game is you will actually take your markers off the board and put them on this card to score them. In other words, the 3 rails that you use for this one cannot also be used for that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Just do what the one-shots are whilst we have them out.
We can do what the one-shots are, but there's lots of them in the game. So
Yeah,
this
just for these
one,
ones.
at the start of phase C, which is this one, you can activate this card to immediately convert 2 iron ore from your supply into 1 steel bag once or twice.
Okay.
Okay. This one is in phase E. Whenever you pay stone for building a station, you pay 1 less. And this one is at stage G, which I hadn't mentioned yet, but I'll get to that. If it is sunny, trigger a harvest. And I've not mentioned harvest yet.
Right.
Okay.
So that's what those cards do, but have a read of them when they come out. There we go. So that's what that one does.
Okay.
Finally, this one. This one has 2 uses. You either take tea leaves based on where this is.
Okay.
So it's currently on 1. You can't actually see that on camera. There you go. It's currently on 1. So you would get 1 tea leaf.
Okay.
If it was on the half, you couldn't get that. You don't round up. You round down. Alternatively, you can exchange any number of tea leaves for chai.
Okay.
So that's what that action does. So what does chai do? Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Some of these pieces of equipment come with a chai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you buy that, it comes with the chai. You get rid of the cube. You mark the chai on
But
here.
it says comes with in the top.
Comes
right
with.
corner.
Yeah. If that card ever goes back into the display because of maintenance, it doesn't get another chai added to it.
Okay.
So that was just a start of the game thing.
And if you convert tea into chai here, do you move up this
You
track
move
as
up
well?
that track.
Right.
And this
okay.
is points at the end of the game as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's chai used for?
Mhm.
Chai is used for, if you have a piece of equipment, getting your 3rd worker,
Okay.
but also every single one of these actions can be boosted if you have chai.
Okay.
So here's the example. You're there. Normally that would be to take 3 cubes. But you can say, oi mate, do you want a cup of tea? You can spend 1 chai if you had it, and you actually get to take 5 cubes instead of 3.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a maximum of 1 chai per worker. So if you were in there twice,
Yeah.
you could give them both cups of tea. Right? So all of the actions I've just explained
Yeah.
can actually be made better.
Okay.
So this one is getting extra 2 cubes, one of which could be chai.
Okay.
This one is your excavation rate is 3 higher than what's printed there. And that's why I said, when you said a maximum of 5,
Oh, okay, I see.
and I said
Not
it's actually a
quite.
maximum of 8.
Okay.
Well, you can actually go more if you have a special card.
Okay.
This one, if you use a chai on action C, it allows you to do an infinite number of these things,
Yep.
and your conversion rate is 2 for 1 iron to steel.
Okay.
This one, you lay 2 extra track.
Okay.
This one, you basically do the action twice. So you can build 2 stations,
Mhm.
2 equipment, or 1 equipment and 1 station.
Okay.
And this one, you can get rid of those 3, draw 3 new ones, and take 1.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's another reason for chai, and that's where you've actually got to think, okay, do I want to spend my chai to boost that action now? As I say, it's all about timing.
And when you spend it, do you spend it from cubes that you have, or do you move down this track?
You will never have chai cubes.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
so
because
keep
anytime
track,
you
yeah.
get one of these, it's thrown away.
Yeah.
And it's yeah. So chai is only spent on
I
this
see.
track here.
Okay.
So that's the equipment cards covered, I think. Well, that's the contract cards covered. Timing wise, what happens is we do action A,
Mhm.
but before we do action A, everybody with a contract card with an A on it gets a chance to use it.
Okay.
So you've got to give it before you do the action. You've got to say, anybody want to do a contract card? And it's actually start player and clockwise.
Okay.
Then we do action B. Anybody want to use a contract card? I'm not going to keep asking that.
Yeah.
Just interrupt if you want to use it.
Okay.
But that happens before any of the actions take place. So be careful of that.
Mhm.
You must use it before any of the actions have been done.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the timing of the contract cards.
Okay.
The
One
chai,
quick-
however, is used
when you actually say I'm now doing the action.
Okay.
So the timing of them is slightly
It's
different.
3 slots. So if I jump straight to the third slot, the slots
Yeah.
1 and 2 are still available.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Which
we've
means
done-
you'll get last choice, but you will retain the start player.
Gotcha.
And if nobody goes on position 3,
Mm.
you retain the start player.
Okay, so that's why you want to take the second building slot. It means you make someone else
Yeah.
clear it for you first, then
Yeah.
you clear it off at that same turn.
Yeah, the rest of them you
Gotcha.
generally want to go first.
Okay.
But that one and that one are slightly different.
Can be reasons, but not always.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did that one go? That one there. Right, what else haven't we mentioned? We haven't mentioned the events, and we haven't mentioned the tea harvest.
Okay.
So I'm going to mention the tea harvest first. A tea harvest can be triggered in 4 different ways. Whenever this marker is on the 5 and would go above it,
Mhm.
so in other words, if it is constantly sunny, then what happens is it triggers a tea harvest and it comes back down
Okay.
to 5. When this marker is on the right hand space and that would go to there, that triggers a tea harvest. This event here, so event number 6,
Mhm.
is a tea harvest, and certain contract cards can trigger a tea harvest as well.
Okay.
So they are the 4 ways a tea harvest can get triggered. When it happens, it's really simple. You count how many discs you've got here, in other words, how many tea estates you have,
Yeah.
and you get that amount of tea leaves per estate,
Right. Okay.
which is this stuff.
Okay.
What does this stuff do? Every tea leaf is worth half a point at the end of the game,
Mhm.
but the main use is
Converting to chai.
converting into chai, buying stations in Silguri Town,
Okay.
and potentially fulfilling contracts.
Okay.
So it's
Super,
kind of like
super.
another commodity, but you get it whenever there's a harvest.
Okay.
And whenever there is a harvest, and this is a rule that some people forgot, this marker, wherever it is, goes back to the start space.
Okay. So you're never getting multiple level 2 harvests
Yeah.
back to back.
Yeah, whenever there's a harvest, it goes back there. Right, there you go, Tony. I remembered that rule.
Whoop.
So the final thing to explain, I think, is the events.
Okay.
I'll go through them very briefly. The first event to trigger, so when the first white cube is drawn out of the bag,
Mhm.
this happens.
Yeah.
And because you lot have been lazy, the game comes along and it clears the leftmost 2 spaces.
Okay.
So if that happened right now, there you go.
Mhm.
The game has built those.
Okay.
This next one is this marker moves up 2 spaces.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good one. This one is the game will build track equal to wherever this is. So either 1 or 2. This one, the game will build all of the stations in the next available town, not this one.
Right.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay.
So if they're all still available, in the game that I played yesterday, when that happened, all of these went
Okay.
straight away. Okay? So you pick the next available town and it completes all the stations. And then the first 3 event cubes go back in the bag.
Okay.
This one is maintenance, where you have to pay for your equipment, which is either 1 steel or 2 chai, or you lose the equipment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This one is there is a tea harvest, and then the game builds track. And then back to event number 1 again, and when event 1 triggers again, cubes 4, 5 and 6 go back in the bag.
Okay.
So that's the cycle of the events.
Okay.
Right, I haven't been keeping an eye on the chat, so hopefully Tony's been keeping everybody entertained. The last thing to probably explain is to go through the different equipment cards, just so you know what they do. So the one on the left, the East India Trading Company,
Yeah.
the East India Company Warehouse, is at the end of the game, it gives you 1 T towards each of your contract cards.
Okay.
So every contract card that you have that requires T requires 1 less. So that's what that one does. The line inspection train, you get your extra worker for free in any round where an event cube came out.
Okay.
Okay. The very reliable train, you skip the maintenance phase. The very fine train is just 16 points at the end. The construction work gang gives you a discount of either 2 rubble or 1 stone whenever you build. So when you're building these stations, it makes it cheaper.
Okay.
The next one is the toy train, which is whenever you choose, whenever you perform a worker action in the stockyard, which is here,
Mhm.
you get a tea leaf.
Okay.
And finally, the shunter Costs you 2 rubble to get a worker. And what does it say? Oh, is that it? Yeah, your third worker costs 2 rubble.
Yeah.
So that's the ability of that card.
It costs you 3 chai to buy it.
It costs you 3 chai to buy it.
Yeah.
But you might have worked out by now, getting steel is actually quite difficult. Because it's one action to go to the stockyard to get the iron, then it's another action to go there just to convert. Yeah, getting steel is actually...
Can be a challenge.
Right. I think that is all the rules. Tony, if I have missed anything, please let me know. But I've been through my notes, and I've covered everything on my notes. So yeah, let me know if I've missed anything. Have you got any questions?
Yeah, so if on this round here, so say all 3 spaces are filled by two different people,
Yeah.
and these 2 are gone from the first 2 and these 2 are, what would you then take? Would you just take what's left on this side?
Yeah,
so you're stuck then,
Yeah.
but you get the start player token.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll all, but because 9 cubes are drawn, there should always be enough there for everyone to buy.
There is a rule that I forgot.
Yep.
And this is another thing, because this is, I didn't mention this at the start, but this is not a final production copy of the game.
Okay.
And there is 2 bits of information missing from this particular board, which is on the final version.
Okay.
And there is a marker here. Whenever we trigger event number 1,
Mm-hmm.
we reset these spaces to 7, 4, and 1.
Right.
I didn't mention that. But you're right, 9 cubes will be being drawn out every round.
Okay.
So there is theoretically enough for everybody. However, remember, you can boost this action with Chai to take more. Okay?
Of course.
So whenever we trigger action number 1,
So be careful about going
we're going to
third.
reset 7.
If someone's got a lot of chai,
seven,
because they
four,
might snatch all the resources out from under you.
Yeah.
Tony's saying the rule book for the game's really good.
So well, these are good boys.
No, don't
boy.
lie.
Paul done good.
Yeah, although it was months ago that I wrote it. So what was really weird is before you arrived,
Yeah.
Vicky was here with the rule book
Right.
setting the game up.
Okay.
So she was going through a rule book that I'd written, and it felt a bit weird. It felt a bit weird, especially when she missed a bit. And I was like, "Oh no!" And she was like, "Oh no, it's here."
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're good to go. So
Good to rock and roll.
again, 5 phases in a round,
Yeah.
and in round 1 we skip phases 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
So we're in the worker phase.
Yep.
Strictly speaking, you all now get a chance to buy your 3rd worker.
Okay.
Nobody can.
No.
Yep.
So we're just worker placement. Off you go.
Oh, I'm going to go on slot 1 of number B, please.
Slot 1 of B to excavate. So Gemma,
Sorry, can you remind me again what excavate?
excavate is you take this number of cubes
Mhm.
from the leftmost space.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen if nobody does anything special? Rob's going to take these 3 and he'll build in that. And therefore, if you go there, you'll take the next 3 and you'll go there.
Okay.
These are worth 1 point each.
Okay.
This is worth more. This is worth 5 points.
But it
Se-
costs
the
but it's
7
7 to
cubes
get
on
rid
it.
of it.
Yeah. And having T estates will get you points at the end of the game,
Mhm.
but it will generate T whenever there is a harvest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay.
And guys, is that T for whoever has a marker there, or T for everyone?
Every time there's a harvest,
Yeah.
everybody generates T.
Okay.
1 T per estate.
1
you
T
built.
per estate. There is a contract card in there which triggers a harvest, but only for 1 card.
Okay.
Okay, but whenever there's a normal general T harvest, it's everything. Joshua Acosta is here. Hello, Joshua. Hope you're doing okay.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, where would you like to go? And if you've got any questions, feel free to ask.
Going to go here.
Yeah.
So you immediately take.
Well, no, when we resolve that
When we
action.
resolve it, okay.
When we
That's
resolve
fine.
that action.
Okay. I'm going to go. I'm going to go here.
Okay. I am going to go here.
Yeah. He's going to snap up an early contract card.
Okay.
I'm going to follow suit and go
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain actions that you don't want to do on round 1, like this one, because you haven't got any steel.
Yeah. This one here you couldn't do.
This one, you could potentially do. No, you can't do that one on round 1, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
you haven't
these
got
are
the, you haven't got
open
the
and these
steel or the
require
chai.
to use. So yeah, you do have limited choices, but it will all open up soon.
Okay. I think I'm going to go for some more resources as well.
And Tony is saying you can win the game by ignoring T completely. There are, if you look
Right.
at the scoreboard from our game yesterday,
Mhm.
you know, I think Paul got something like 50 or 60 points from contracts,
Okay.
and Dan got 6.
Okay.
But then Dan got 50 points for me stations and Paul got none.
Okay.
So, you know,
Yeah.
there's different approaches.
There are
that you can take
multiple
in the
source
game.
of VPs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, we're done with phase 4. So phase 5, we're resolving this one first, starting with yellow.
Okay.
So you take your worker off, and you take 3 cubes from here, one of which could be chai.
Okay. And remind me what these two are again, sorry?
Iron,
Yeah.
which is used to convert into steel.
Yeah.
Stone, which is used to build some of the stations,
Okay.
or you can convert it into rubble,
Okay.
which is also used to
Build stations.
build stations.
Okay. I will take. Sorry to lean across you. I'll take a tea.
Chai.
Chai,
Sorry, chai. What
yeah.
we're talking about.
So you throw that cube away.
That cube throws it,
that
yeah.
one goes.
And that goes up
Stick
to
it,
there.
stick it in this one
Taking
here.
that one there. Okay. I'll try a. So much more I can convert them into here. I'll take. Because I'm doing it twice, can I just take them? So I'll take
Yeah.
2 of those.
Yeah, so
And
that's
I'll
your
take-
first 3.
Yeah, and then I will take for
2
my
of those
second
and
one
another chart.
2 and another chance,
Yeah.
please. So that one can go.
Okay.
There you go. And they just go into your supply. Make sure we
Okay.
can see them on camera. I'm going to zoom out a bit now, just so we can see everybody's areas. I'll get rid of my mess.
So you took your second.
Ah, yes, you're right. Yeah, well
I
done.
was going to look for that card, wasn't I?
Okay. So
So
you
I-
take the chuffer,
And I'm only left with
and you
Two,
take 3 steel.
take 3
because
iron.
That's all you can. 3 iron. Yeah, very important. Not 3 steel. Okay. So
There we go. That's the card that I'll need later.
next card.
Is B.
So
So
there's 3. So
yeah,
funny enough, I
you
clear the first
excavate
3
those
rubble.
3 and you
That
keep
gets
that
me
rubble.
3 rubble
Yeah.
and gets me a plantation.
Gemma, could you put your resources and stuff here, just so we can see them on
Can
camera?
you see my resources? There. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
is that okay?
Yep. We're all good.
Okay.
So
and then
that's
my
that one done.
my chap comes back,
Back.
and then
And then you
think
excavate. You get these 3, so
Three.
they are yours.
So that
And
one
that is
I
your
take
tea estate.
from that.
And then Rob, you get a contract card.
Yep, I'm going to take this one.
Okay.
In case those who can't see, I've taken the one that lets me do an immediate
Okay, pop
2 iron into
Pop that there
1
so people
steel
can see
when
it.
I take.
Zoom
Or when
out.
it's when we hit phase C, I'll have to go
When
to
we hit
phase C
phase C.
myself.
Yeah.
And it's also worth 31 points if I can get 3 estates and build 3
Lots.
sections of track.
Lots of stuff. Right, that's that done. And that is the end of the first round.
Okay.
Nice and simple.
So round 2, phase 1, there was no card there, so it doesn't go to the discard pile. They shuffle down, that goes there. That's phase 1 done.
Okay.
Phase 2, we move the weather down, and now we resolve this weather because it started raining. So the excavation work rate goes down to 2.
Okay.
The lay track work rate goes down to 1.
Sorry.
Oh.
Nice.
But it's good weather for
So the harvest has
The
gone
tea
up by 1.
plantations.
So it's still only a 1, but it's pushing it close to us
Move
getting
up.
2 leaves per tea plantation.
It's going to be foggy tomorrow, and then in 2 days' time it's going to be sunny.
Okay.
So that's the weather done.
Yep. So we know next turn that's going to end up going back down again because of the fog. But we also know when the sun comes out, that's going to jump much further up.
Yeah.
Right, and I am going to draw 9 cubes out of the bag. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
6, 7, 8. 9. Oh, 2 events. Right, so they go on there. That goes on there. And we have event number 1, which we resolve immediately. So that goes, and that goes. And we put ownership markers for the game there. That's that done. And then this one, this moves up too.
Boom, boom.
Right.
Okay.
That was phase 3, so we're now into phase 4. So at the start of phase 4, nobody can buy an extra worker. So we skip that bit.
Because whilst he's got the chai, you haven't got the card to
You
do
do it in
it.
equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Right.
that so? It has to be the equipment in order to get the extra worker.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
You are the start
Number
player.
one,
Yeah.
um,
So you get to place one of your workers.
I'm going to go for this is the contract card.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I lay track or not?
You need steel.
I need steel.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've not got enough to make steel there, so I will go.
Or you do if you use chai to boost the ability at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I see,
potentially you could go there, use a chai and convert.
Yeah.
But because you get to do this 3 times,
Mhm.
you might want to wait until you've got
Yep.
a load of stuff and then do it all at once.
Okay. I will go here.
Okay. I will. Ooh, choices. So aside from the cube on that, and taking trains.
Where are you pointing?
So aside from the chai cube there,
Yep.
and aside from the 3
Yep.
equipment chai, the only way to get it is by getting the harvest.
And then doing this action.
And that's an either or, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I am going to do resources, please. Number 2.
Space number 2. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to do resources space.
Yep.
Number 3.
I think I will. I'll take a card as well.
Okay. So,
Your second worker.
yep. And if I go for the harvest, so I go here
Yep.
as an example.
You would get.
Mm.
Well, no, that's not a harvest.
That's right.
That is just you getting 2 tea, irrespective of this.
Gotcha. So,
It's the chai walla.
why is that 2T if I go there?
Because it's currently on
Oh,
turn.
it's purely that. So
Yeah, ignore this. It's purely that.
Okay. Or I can go there to convert the tea I've got into. When does? Oh yes, it's when that triggers around there.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be a harvest tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, foggy tomorrow and then sunny the day after. I assume this is more than 1 day, but we'll call it a day. It's probably like 6 months or something like that.
I will go
We've also got
C,
a
please.
fly that's just entered the room, so hopefully that won't be picked up on the microphone. We're all done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we resolve action A. Opportunity for anybody to use contract cards if they want to. And then yellow first.
Okay, so I'll take that one back, and I will keep a monopoly on
Yeah.
the chai, please. Why would you not? And I think I would like. What have I got? I'm just thinking. This is where you convert it here,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I will take 2 of these.
2 iron.
please.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take
Rob?
3 iron, please.
3 iron for Rob.
And then I'll take 3.
You take 3 iron as well.
well.
Okay, that's that done. Nobody went on B. C.
C.
What
Okay.
you gonna do?
Yep, I think. Yes, I'm going to convert 3 iron into a steel.
Tony's saying
please.
each round is a month, with the weather being the predominant climate for that month. Right, we'll do
Okay.
that then.
Yep.
Right, so this month it's raining, a bit like what's happening in real life
Do I
right
have
now.
a steel? From
I didn't
the bag?
mention that, but when you spend cubes,
Yep.
they go back in the bag.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I have some shiny steel.
I didn't mention that in the rules explanation. If you spend rubble, it goes here.
Okay.
So rubble doesn't go in the bag. All done?
Yep.
And then purple takes a contract card and yellow takes a contract card. They do not refill when you take one.
Okay.
They only refill at the start of the round.
I wanted that one.
We can see it. That's good.
What does this one say? Whenever you pay a stone requirement for a building site this round, pay 1 stone less.
Yeah.
Yep, so it's stone discount.
I think I'll take this one. If it's sunny, trigger a full harvest immediately.
Right.
That'd be my choice that I trigger that,
Yep.
wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so if you remove your workers,
Oh yeah. Okay. Well done.
and that is the end of the round.
Okay,
So
so that one's going to burn.
that
this
goes
too.
face down onto the discard pile.
Yep.
And then we get 3 more face up.
Okay.
Okay, bada bing, bada boom, bada boom.
Okay, so
Wow.
That weather now disappears. These slide down.
It's going to be
It's gonna be
raining.
raining there, and we have fog. So the fog goes on the rightmost space of B. So if you were playing a 5-player game, there'd actually be 3 spaces here,
Okay,
and it would always cover up the last one.
Okay.
So fog goes on there. The T marker drops by 1. That's the weather done.
Yeah.
Just having a cuppa, yeah. And then we do the cubes.
Yeah.
So the bit where I do it. 9 cubes. How many events are we going to have this round? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got all that chai coming out. 8, 9. Wow,
That's a lot of shy.
that is a lot of chai. And very little anything else. So we have an event. So the game builds 1 piece of track. So the bridge has
Yep.
now been built.
Yep.
So these towns are now available for building of stations.
yep. We
Okay.
can't build on that blue one, until we've built the train tracks through
Correct. Yeah.
the 3 towns.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next piece of track built would be here,
Mhm.
which is going to be 3 points at the end of the game.
And what do you spend to build track
Steel.
again? One
steel.
Okay.
One piece of steel. So you might think
Mm.
a steel bar for 3 points is not very much,
Yeah.
and you would be right. But the main reason I think for building track
Mm.
is,
A lot of those cards.
I mean, that you need to build 6 pieces of track.
Mm.
Right. Well, good luck with that. Building 6 pieces of track when there's only you're going to have to be doing that a lot
Yeah.
to do that. Right. That was phase 3. So phase 4, nobody's got a piece of equipment, so nobody can have their third worker. So we'll just work a placement again, starting with purple. Objectively the best colour.
I'm going to go here to convert.
Yep.
Okay. So there's not really much point in excavating this round. If it's 2, it's not
2,
really.
it would remove those 2.
It's not going to get you much, is
Which
it?
means if you were then able to manipulate it so you went first
Yeah.
next round and
Okay.
clear the other 2,
Yeah.
then yes.
It would be worth it.
This is
The
gonna be a
circle, how
bright
many-
sun.
Oh, sorry, this is 5.
Okay.
This
Yes.
is a bright sunny day, so you'll be clearing 4 per
Mm.
action.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. The circle ones are 5. I did
Yeah.
forget to mention that.
Okay.
So Tony's saying 6 pieces of track in a 3-player game is relatively easy.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's just yesterday we were really slow and the game built half of it.
Right. Okay.
we were useless yesterday.
Okay. And the requirements for building stations are printed on them. Sorry.
Yes. So 2 stone, 3 rubble, 8 rubble, 1 steel,
Okay.
steel, 6 rubble, 4 rubble, steel, 8 rubble, and 3 stone.
Right. Okay.
Or here is tea leaves, but
Okay.
nobody's got the tea leaves yet.
So I
Building
could.
that one
Building that
gives
one
you a worker for next round.
gives
or
you a worker for next round.
next
And
round.
what about the top left one?
This one is 4 points
Right.
at the end of the game and a worker for
for
next round.
Right. Okay. So I could do that with these 2 here, then, couldn't I?
Totally.
Okay. Well, that seems like a great
So that's
move
that
to me.
action.
Then,
Yep.
yeah. I'll go for
I'll
that.
take the first player round marker for next round, please. So number 3 on A. Thank you.
So for my second one, I'm going to go on and build a piece of track.
Okay, because you're going to convert that there and
Yep.
then be able to do that. Okay, that
Yep.
makes sense. Any cards worth taking? I will. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will also take some resources as well.
Okay, my first action, or second action even. I'm going to take the
This one?
that one.
Tony's making a very valid point in the chat. He's actually talking about some advanced strategies.
Okay.
It has to be said, you 3 have not played this game before.
No.
So this is not going to be the optimal.
Yeah.
But what Tony's listing here is like, oh, and if you do this and then do this and do that and do that, yeah. Tony's played it a few times.
There
Okay.
there are
This
more,
is going to be a new player's experience of this game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, phase 5, resolution. So we go to A first.
Okay, so that'll be me.
Yeah,
I will take, please,
Take
1, 2, 3, 4.
3
I will
things.
take 1 here to move me 1 at that track. So I'm at the maximum
Yeah.
amount there. Sorry to lean across. And I'll then take 2 of these.
did you want to spend one of your chai to boost?
And what could I take? Sorry,
You
2.
take 2 things, one of which could be chai, which
So-
is effectively a net extra 1 resource.
Right, okay. No, I don't think I do. Thank
No?
you.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
No, well, yeah, you should because it will go down to go up and then
Yeah.
you just get.
Oh,
one
okay, but
free
yeah, because you
piece.
can't go up again.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I could spend that
You
one.
spend the chai,
Spend that
take
one
that
to
to
Take a chai.
Take a chai.
and-
Oh, I see.
And
Okay.
one.
As I say, you'll
Yeah.
get.
Okay.
Do you want an iron or a stone?
I would like. What can I convert the stone into? Sorry.
Rubble.
Into rubble.
If you want to.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and don't forget stone is used to build the stations
Yeah.
on the way.
Oh, I'll take the last time. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take a chai and 2
Chai
iron,
and 2
please.
Stone.
2 stone even, that's what I meant.
There you go. So your chai goes up to 1,
Thank you.
and that gets your worker back. And then we go B. So excavating.
Yep.
So you excavate for 2,
Yep.
which is those 2, unless you wanted to spend your chai.
No, not this time.
Okay. So that's that done. And then C.
So
You
am I
can
right in
go-
thinking I can do it 3?
you can do
3 times?
3
So
things.
I'm going to convert these 3 into 1 piece. Of
Yeah, that's 1 thing.
This,
Steel.
Yeah,
and then I'm going to do that again.
yeah, another thing. John's here. Hello, John.
Second steel, and then I was going to
You
convert.
could, if you wanted to, convert 2 rubble into a stone. The only reason you wouldn't want to is if you were planning to build in one of the rubble spaces. But
think I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that goes there. And what we do is we look through the bag. We take a stone out, and you have that.
And I'll take him back. So then for my second go, I'm going to spend one of these to build
That's
a
only
piece of track.
3 plantations, isn't
Yes.
it? Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, say that again.
I'm going to I spend one of these to build a piece of track. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And you're
So-
building it here. So you put the track back in there,
Track back
and we
in
take
there.
one of your markers and we put it there. Or there. Yeah, we'll put it there.
Yeah, so it's covered up the train track.
Okay. Okay. So it's me next, and I will spend these 2 pieces of stone here, and I will build on the top left there. Please,
This one?
Paul, if you're happy to put that
Yep,
on for me, thank
absolutely.
you. And there's the stone I spent.
So you'll have your extra worker.
So is that also 4 points?
It's 4 points and the worker for next round.
That's not bad,
so
is
give
it?
it to him now.
Hmm?
Give it to him now.
Yeah, could do.
There we go.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, I'm just checking something. So here,
Okay.
where you converted 2 rubble into a stone,
Mm-hmm.
if there was stone here, you could have taken that one. Or you could have taken it from the bag.
Say that again. Say that again. Sorry.
That is 2 rubble for 1 stone.
Okay.
I looked in the bag and took a stone from the bag, but actually, if there was a stone there, you could take
Oh, I see. Okay.
I just wanted to double check that.
Okay.
We're all done?
Yep.
So that's the end of that round. Next round. So we discard that card.
Okay. Gemma, somebody said in the chat that your microphone is quite quiet.
I can turn you up a bit.
I don't know.
It's quite far from your face as
Yeah,
well. So.
I might want to pop it up there. See how that is.
So another. So that.
But yeah, I think you are number 1,
So that's going to clear.
Is this any better?
Okay. Yep.
and I can always turn it up a bit.
These slide down.
Yeah.
There you go.
So-
I'll turn Gemma up in the audio.
Boom, boom,
Okay. Yep.
boom. And it's going to be another sunny day, another sunny month.
Sunny month.
Next month.
Right, so you've done all that.
Yep.
9 cubes out.
And Tony's saying chife in the bag runs out
Oh.
early.
And the fog
Okay.
clears.
Yeah, the fog clears. Yeah, we got a lot of chai out early on.
Yeah.
What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, so 1 chai goes on there, 2 stone goes on there, 5 iron, and this event.
Okay.
So this is now completed.
Okay.
Okay, the game comes along and says, well, you lot are not doing it, so I'm going to do it. There you go. And these 3 cubes now go back
Into the bag.
into the bag.
Yep.
Okay.
Give them a mix up. There we go.
Just check maintenance. Is that 1 per card or
Yes.
just okay per
Yeah.
card?
One steel
Or
or
2
2
chai
chai
per-
per card.
It could be quite
Gotcha.
costly to keep then if you get them
Yeah,
right at the beginning of the
that's
game.
definitely-
Mhm.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get them,
Mm.
you can start spending chai for extra workers,
Yeah.
and obviously they've got an ability as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Phase
Who's-
4.
Who's the start player? You should have
Be
the
myself.
start
Oh, yes.
player.
Oh, we should have passed the
Yeah.
start player. Apologies for that.
Naughty, naughty. Right. So I will be going to the first excavation space, please.
I'm actually going to move the board this way a little bit. So we've got a bit, more space for
that's
your...
a bit more centralised.
Cool. I got to move my
cards.
lovely pattern across now, haven't I? Look at that.
Right, where are we up to? You've gone first?
Yep.
Right, okay.
I'm going to take some
Yep.
resources.
Okay. So you're going to clear how many here? Sorry. So 4. So you'll.
Potentially 7.
Okay. And how many?
7.
How many points do these ones here get you? 1 on
2
the
and
right.
3.
I can't see the next card.
So
sorry.
this is worth 2. So
Yeah.
this is worth
3,
3. This is
1.
worth 1. This
Okay.
is worth 12.
So if you spent some chai, you would complete
You'd
that
get
card
these two.
there.
Yeah.
And what are the points at the bottom of those cards there? Sorry, I can't
This
see
is
them.
1. This is 12.
Right.
That's,
Okay.
that's when you clear all 12 of that
Yeah,
major
okay.
estate.
Right. I will, I think, also clear some rubble.
Okay. Action next will be. Ooh, so what's that? I can't quite see what that symbol is there that you spend 1 steel for.
You get an equipment for free.
A equipment card for free.
Yeah, so you could potentially buy the toy train, which normally costs 2 steel.
Ooh. What's its special ability?
The toy train is whenever you use a worker on the stockyard action, you get 1 T.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I think we're going to build
Okay. Piece of equipment.
Yeah, sorry, put me on the
Oh, sorry.
E1.
Okay.
Sorry. I mean, take some more resources.
What do you say? Take some more resources. Okay.
There you go. I've boosted your mic a bit more.
I will. So I'm going to be taking some rubble from here, so I could convert that into stone if I wanted to. 3, so I could do 2, 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do that.
Okay. So face. Oh no, you've got an extra worker, haven't you?
I've got an extra worker as well.
Sure, go.
Oh, sorry, is it me again? Sorry,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
on
You're the
lost
only
track.
person with it.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody else has any
So,
extra.
I'm sorry. So I can lay track here. So I can go. I
Okay.
could lay one piece of track.
It would be one piece of track, or
Okay.
if you use the chai,
Yeah.
it could be 3 pieces.
It could
of
be
track.
3 pieces of track.
So this is the thing. You've got loads of chai. You could spend
Yeah.
1 chai here
Yeah.
to basically get yourself 3 steel bars, and then go here and lay 3 pieces of track there, and there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you
I
could.
do like the sound of that. So tell me again on this one. Sorry, it lets you double what you take.
It lets you do an infinite number of exchanges,
Yeah.
and the conversion rate for steel bars is 2 iron
Oh.
for a steel bar instead.
Okay, I understand. Okay, fantastic. Yeah.
Right. So, step A. You're in there.
So I'm
Yeah,
going to
just take 6 things.
2.
So 2 chai.
2 chai, please.
Yeah. So that gets removed.
And then
Any 4 other cubes.
4
Yeah.
of these ones.
Okay.
Okay.
That's that done.
So I'm going to spend the chai,
And I'm going to spend your one and only chai.
which lets me clear
Give him a
7.
drink.
Yep. Load him up with tea,
Yeah.
and he then single-handedly blitzes the entirety
Of the
of
Barrow
the Rington
Rington
Tea
Tea
Estate, giving me boom, boom.
Okay, so grand 5 points there.
Yep, and also 3 tea
But
with the
you've got
harvest
3
guns.
tea spaces. Yeah.
Yep, and 3 tea spaces, which is key.
Nick, you come along and you're clearing 4, unless you want to boost it.
I will clear 4, please.
There is 4.
Thank you very much.
So it does get you
This
1.
tea estate.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's that card done.
Okay, sorry. Yeah,
and
yeah.
then this one.
Okay, this is me. So I will spend.
Spend
some
the chai.
So I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can get 3 pieces of track there.
3 pieces of steel. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, 3 pieces of steel. Yeah. And if I wanted to, I could turn these into 2 pieces of stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I've got 4 in my hand.
Do you want to do that?
Where am I? No, I'm not there. Am I?
That's me.
Yeah. No, I don't think I will. I'll keep those. I think.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay,
So
something
that's
comes
that done.
off.
So now it's building track.
Okay, and I will also spend another piece of
You
chai.
spend
and
a
I
chai
can
to be
build.
able to build 1 plus 2. You build 3 pieces of track.
Okay, so there's
3
Those
pieces
3
of
pieces
steel.
of track. So you build
Makes
to
a bridge.
Rangtong
Very nice.
and to Tindaria.
Yeah.
And this bridge here
Okay.
would get you a chai,
okay, perfect.
which Tony says is a beautiful move.
It
There
was
you
a
go.
beautiful move. It was
It was a
inspired by.
Are you sure they haven't played it before? Because they're doing really well. There we go. I only have the best people here.
Okay, so that one goes back to the tea house.
Yeah, that one.
Yes,
is
that one's
back.
gone. Yeah,
So,
well done.
given the fact we're almost certainly approaching a not harvest, a maintenance,
A maintenance
phase,
phase.
I will still go to the next station along.
Here?
Play a steel,
Yeah,
but I'm going to take the very reliable train,
yeah.
who I'm going to call Thomas because he's a very reliable engine,
There you go.
and that goes back into the
That goes back in there.
top.
So you have
The very
a
reliable,
very reliable
train.
which we can see on camera. Excellent.
He thinks he could, and he can, he will.
Choo choo.
And that one then come back.
And that is the end of the round.
Yep.
Okay.
So next round. So that card gets discarded.
Yeah.
Okay. Ching,
Shuffle
ching.
those down. That goes
Ching,
there.
ching.
Remove this.
So
Move
that
the weather
slides
down.
So digging's difficult, train tracks are difficult, but we're now onto a 2 per
Yeah.
plantation harvest. And more rain
More
is
rain
on the
is on the
horizon. Another very rainy month.
Cubes. My bit. Fabian is here. Thank you very much for joining, Fabian. Good to see you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Five.
6,
That was 6, yep.
7, 8, 9. So we have 2 chai, 3 stone, 3 iron, and event number 5. So maintenance.
Nope. Not for
okay.
the very reliable train. He's far too reliable.
Right. So at the start of phase 4, would you like to buy your third worker? You can't
Can't
because you don't have any chai.
Because of the chai.
If you did, you could.
Yep.
Right.
And those who have got chai haven't got a very reliable train to
correct.
buy the worker with.
No.
So
Okay.
you are the first player.
I'm still the first player.
Yeah, because nobody went on
Fantastic.
here last turn.
Isn't that super? So, I'm going to.
We've not had a tea harvest yet.
Yeah, I'm expecting one very soon. Yes, I'm going to take some resources at number 1, please.
Space number 1. Okay. Ah, Fabian is the chief developer on Alubari.
Right, wow.
Hello,
Excellent.
Fabian.
Good job.
Liking it so far. We'll see if I win or not. 'Cause that's a good game.
Oh yeah, there's one thing I didn't mention. Rob's really good at games, so we're going
Right.
to add your 2 scores together. Nothing personal, but
Right, okay.
he's really good at games.
Right,
So
okay.
yeah, we add your 2 scores together,
Okay.
and then it might be fair.
Then I get pushed down the stairs on the way out.
Yeah.
I'm going to take some more resources.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a quick report, just on that card there. What's the score? How many points is that worth?
This is 12.
Okay. Oh yeah, but there's 2 on there, aren't there? Okay.
There's 11 rubble cubes left.
Okay.
That's
And-
one big stack of 11.
That's, yeah. Okay. What stations can I build? I've got 4 pieces of rubble.
4 rubble, 6 rubble, 1 steel.
Mm-hmm.
3 stone, 8 rubble, 1 steel.
Okay.
And this bridge has been built,
Okay.
which
so-
means this has opened up
Okay.
and this has opened up.
Okay.
So all these are available as well.
Okay.
And you can also build these if you had tea, but nobody's
Got tea yet.
got tea yet. So this is interesting because this is very, very different from the game
Yeah.
that I played yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the order of those come out would be different because if one more white cube would come out, would have had a tea.
Yeah, we'd have had a tea harvest.
That would completely
Yeah.
change actions for the
Yeah.
coming turn.
Okay.
As it is another sunny day, he's going to jump us back up to 5. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I will take a contract card, please.
Off to the post office.
Yes.
Back to myself. Let's do some. We've got huge amounts of rubble, so let's do some building, please. Level 1. Thank you.
I'm going to take some more resources.
More resources. Stocking up on those resources.
Slim pickings for me here, then.
Yeah.
So, excavating, is it worth it?
Excavating
3.
is 3.
It's just a big investment, isn't it, to
Mm.
spend a turn on that. Not got enough resources to convert. I couldn't lay any track. I could build a station. I could take another card, but I don't really want to. I feel a bit stuck, so I think I will build.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Resolution then.
Resolution.
Just to check, I have to spend the chai at the start of the turn, not during it.
When you activate the worker.
Yep.
It's the contract cards that must be done at the start.
Okay.
So it's you. Everybody gets a
worker.
chance to use contract cards.
Can't spend the chai, so I'll take a chai and 2 iron, please, which puts me up to there.
Super.
Super.
And then Gemma steals the choo-choo train.
Oh yes, that choo-choo train,
That choo-choo
not the
train.
very reliable
Oh.
train.
So I can do both.
Take 6 things. Yeah.
Don't forget, you have a choice.
Oh, you can boost it as well. You could have
Yeah,
loads.
Yeah. So do it 3 at a time if you're going to do the spending the chai action. Although there's only 1 chai left, so it would then mean you're not getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony's just reminding you of
Yep.
this space where you could have gone and gone 2 tea leaves.
I'm aware of that space. I was just waiting for the harvest to kick off, so I'd have loads of tea to
Do I
convert
want
into
to use a
chai.
chai to get 2 extra pieces?
There's the question.
There is the question.
It's the great
If there
question.
was
of the
another
age.
green one here, you'd definitely do it.
Well, you'll take 1, so if you spent it, your net position would be 0.
Yeah.
So you'll be nowhere
Yeah,
back.
I might do that. So
So you
I spend
spend
1,
that and you take 8 cubes, which is
1,
all of them.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, it's all of them. Right. You get your
You
chai
just took your chai
because of
back, so that one
Yeah.
goes back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. All the cubes. And that's those 2 done. So skip ahead to E.
Right. Let's go for spending.
What's he going to buy?
I think I can't build train tracks, so I'm going to build a building.
Train tracks. This one. You mean a piece of equipment?
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't afford a piece of equipment, so I'm going to build
Station.
a station.
What have you got? How much stone have you got?
I've got 2 stone, but I've got 12 rubble,
Oh right. Okay.
so I've got plenty of rubble.
Well, there's a 6 for 5
Oh,
there.
yeah, I think we'll just do 6 for 5 down here.
Okay.
So, since we can technically
So
reach it,
Mahanadi.
I'm planning ahead.
Yeah, you've built a station there. 6 rubble.
Thank you.
There we go. Nick,
Okay.
you can take a piece of equipment or you can build a station.
Okay, so I can't afford a piece of equipment.
You
You
Can
can
I?
afford the shunter.
Where's that one? Sorry.
that
right
one
there.
right at the end.
This one here.
Whether you want to or not is up to you. I'm just saying you can afford it.
No, I don't think I want
If you wanted
to.
to.
There was one here I saw that I could do for 4 rubble, so I can't build beyond here.
No, the bridge has not been built yet.
6. So what 4 rubble gets me the most points?
No, that's four rubble
Sorry, that's
would
4
get you
rubble.
3 points.
Right. Okay, and there was a 4 rubble back over
So
here.
4 for 2.
I will go here.
4 for 3
please.
sounds better.
Okay, I will spend that one there, please.
4 rubble.
I will
There you
take
go.
here 4 points for the end of the game.
Boom, boom.
Okay, so that's that one, and then I've been watching this card as it moves down, and, and I want those 54 points.
Wow. So you now have an.
So can you guess what I might be doing next round?
So if you have 5 track,
Okay.
not 6,
Yeah.
you're nothing.
You're knackered.
Right? It's an all
And
or
if you've
nothing
got
card.
other cards, if I had, just example, if you had that one as well,
You
you'd
need
need
9.
9 tracks to
Yeah.
score both of them.
But I've already got 3 pieces of track.
You do.
So I'm halfway there.
You are. Yeah. Well, you still have plenty of time. Right.
Okay.
I think we're done.
There
Okay.
we are, yes.
So next round, no cards get discarded. They slide down. We get a new one.
Okay.
The weather goes there. So it's sunny. So what happens is this goes up by 2.
Yep. Boom,
This
boom.
goes up by 1.
Boom.
And then it's going to be raining again. Right. Cubes out of the bag.
Come on, harvest.
1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 2 events are going to happen. So the first event is tea harvest,
Yep.
Okay.
and it's on 2.
Okay.
So that means Rob gets 6. These are 5.
Oh,
So
Okay.
you get 6. Jamie, you get 2. And Nick, you get 2 as well.
Okay.
Right, so that's the tea harvest done.
Thank you.
Remember, whenever there's a tea harvest,
Ew.
that resets to 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then the game builds track. And it's building 1 piece of track, so it builds here.
So it does.
Right. Second cube goes on here. We excavate this space and this space.
Tragedy.
Okay, so that's done.
Frustrating.
All those, yeah. Well, good job no one started clearing it. That would be even more frustrating.
Yeah.
That's gone and that's gone.
So how many cubes are on
There
the
are
next
6
cube?
cubes here and it's worth 4 points.
Yeah.
And then there are 7 cubes here and it's worth 5 points.
Okay.
Okay.
Other things that happen when this event triggers is 4, 5 and 6 go back in the bag.
Yeah.
And we also reset those spaces. Well, we reduce them, we don't reset them. So if there was more than 7 there, we'd get rid of that. If there was more than 4 there, if there was more than 1 there.
Okay, so
Right.
it clears it.
It
not,
would clear it.
Clears it, not adds to
Yeah,
it.
down to that level. We are now in phase 4. If anybody wants to buy their third worker,
Yes.
You are?
We'll spend a
so you
chai
spend a chai,
to add a third
you
worker.
get your extra worker for this round.
Do I want to spend a chai as well?
You
Um,
can't. You haven't got a train to do it with.
Oh, yeah.
You need a piece of equipment
I
in order
see.
to do that.
Okay.
Right, who's the start player?
I'm
Purple,
start player, and I am going to go
which will be an excavating of 5,
Okay.
unless somebody has a special card.
It was just special cards.
So what does that let you do?
So whenever you take the excavate action this round, take double the number of rubble cubes.
Ooh.
Right.
Which is why I was a little bit annoyed about the 12 going,
Geeks, yeah.
because that was my game
And do
plan.
you have a chai?
I do have a chai. And it doubles that as well, doesn't it?
So how many
it
will
would
you?
be
60.
That would be
Yeah,
60.
So that would clear
Yeah.
the lot.
the entire lot.
That clears your lot.
Yeah.
So no more digging. That's fair enough. I'll look
There you
elsewhere
go.
for
Well,
any
I might
action I was
have-
planning on taking.
Might have to rethink
That's
what
a
I
pretty
was
awesome card,
planning
isn't
on
it?
doing in
That's
this
pretty
round.
vicious,
then.
yeah.
Yeah. It literally says work rate plus any bonuses, and then
Yeah.
you double it. So that's clear. That's
Right.
clear. So that's this gone.
So should I turn it?
You only turn it
When
at the start
you
of
use
B.
it, when you
Oh, yeah.
when you
We know
actually
we
use
don't
it.
use
We already know what
I'm
you're going
jumping
to
ahead.
do.
Sorry.
Yeah. I will go here, please.
Okay. I will.
You're getting advice from the developer of the game. Don't forget about this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You spotted it.
Remind me how that works, Paul.
It's a station like
Okay.
anything else.
Okay, so you
but
build
it
on
costs
it.
T.
Okay.
But the first space is 3T for 12 points,
Right. Okay.
which is an insane amount. It's basically it's good for the first players to generate the
Okay.
T.
Red is very aware.
Red is very aware.
Thank you.
He's keeping it quiet.
Because the worst thing right now, at least to work out what I was trying to do.
Yeah. Well, they've not got 3T, so.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of time. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yes. So my first action will be, let's get on the station building.
Yep.
And that's spend a chai to that.
To do it twice.
Do the action twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to convert
Mhm.
some resources.
Okay. Excavating's pointless.
Excavating
Can't lay
is-
any track.
Pointless.
Can't build anything. Take a card seems like a best option then.
Yeah, as long as you get a card that doesn't clash with your other ones,
Yeah.
like that one,
hmm
3 stations and 5T.
Although the abilities were useless because
True.
they're
Yeah.
going to be cleared off.
Could I excavate more?
Maybe that one then for you.
Oh, yeah. Whenever you take the lay track action this round, you do it more than one. Okay. Yeah, okay, I do quite like the sound of that. Thank you, Paul. Glad you're here.
Okay.
Any more workers to place?
Yes, I've still got 2.
You got 2.
So it's just always me to place now twice, isn't
Yeah.
it? So I'll take number 3 slot on that so I get the first player marker for next turn.
Yep.
And I'm going to go here so I can get me some extra chai
Yeah.
for the coming rounds.
Right. Okay. So action A. Yellow takes 3.
So actually, I want to spend a chai, please, and I'll take more.
Okay.
Okay,
you
so I'll move that one
you take
down.
5.
Okay, so I will take 1 here. If you could pop that in the bag there for me, please. That moves that one back up. And I will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry, Rob.
That's
That was 6 that you've just taken.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'll put that one back.
yeah,
My
there you
mistake.
go. So I'll get 2 stone.
2 stone
the first.
and the choo-choo train.
That's the important thing.
There you go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Here's your work back. Right.
Thank
so
you.
action B. You declare that you're using the
I
card,
wonder what you're going to do.
and then you clear all of this rubble.
Yep.
Wow.
Supercharges the workforce.
And then more.
Look at you go.
Thank you.
Okay, so because all of the rubble is gone,
Okay, so what does that do?
it's another one of those.
Yep.
The icon is slightly different because this is the old board, so that icon has been changed to that. So it's exactly the same as that,
Gotcha,
with exactly the same chai ability, but the
gotcha,
cards are still resolved in order.
gotcha.
Thank you.
Super smashing, thank you.
Action C.
Okay, so I'm going to. I'm going to spend a charge.
Okay, so you can do an unlimited number of conversions.
So I'm going to convert 2 of them and 2 of them.
Yep.
And
You may as well convert your other two.
Yeah, I was going to
because I don't
say.
think there's any use for iron other than.
Converting to
No,
steel.
I don't think there is.
and then I'm also going to
So I have 3 steel.
actually. No, I think that's.
Yep, you're keeping your
Happy
rubble.
with that, yeah.
You've got lots of rubble and lots of stone. So, okay, so red, piece of equipment.
No, building a station.
So you're spending 3
3T for the first lot of Silgari Town, please.
3T for the first lot, so we can have a marker. Thank you. That goes on there. And that's that done.
Thank you.
And then Nick, you get to take a card.
I'll take this one, please.
Yep.
Thank you. when it comes back to me.
You can
You
have
convert-
1 tea, or you can convert
Convert 3 tea into 3
get
chai,
three
so I've
tea
got bonus actions coming
into
in.
3 chai. There you go.
Okay.
End of the round. Okay, next round.
Okay.
Go slide down.
Yeah.
The sun goes and the heavens open
Yep.
and it starts to rain.
So digging goes down, not that anyone cares.
Yeah.
Train tracks go down, that limits people a bit. Tea goes up. And then we got
It'll be sunny in 2 months' time.
Yep.
Yay!
just like English summers.
9 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ooh.
8, 9. Now, lots of iron. 1 stone, 2 events. The first event is up by
Pop,
2.
pop.
Next event, the game lays 1 piece of track. So it lays the track to there. Right, phase 4.
Yes.
Would you like to buy your extra worker?
Yes. Ping. And where's he gone? Come back, you little devil.
It's still at Chaiwalla.
Yep.
Right,
Get
and
on.
you've got the train,
I have the train.
so off we go.
Right. I would definitely like some more iron, please. So slot 1
So
on the
A1.
iron track.
So this card is to
Is
build stations.
Exactly the same as this card, so it's either a piece of equipment
Stations and
or
equipment.
a station.
Yep.
I will. I'll convert, please.
Okay. I'm going to lay train track, please.
Have you got some steel?
I will shortly.
Yes.
I will lay some train track as well.
I need to start taking the first player marker, don't
You
I? Every round. Can you tell me what this card does? Choose one tea estate. Refill all unowned spaces with rubble from the general supply. So is that the white spaces, or are they all now owned?
Let's have a look. Tony might need to help me with this one.
It should have to be the white ones because the second they clear, they get filled.
This is card number 17. Choose 1 tea estate. Refill all unowned spaces with rubble from the general supply. Yeah, so it's got to be
Yeah,
the white card, surely.
yeah.
But then, because that action has gone,
You can't then.
you can't do it again.
So I
except
left
with
that
another
card too
one.
late then.
Possibly, unless you've got
and
another
me
card
turning
that
to the
clears
white
it.
spaces.
So the white spaces, yeah. So
Yeah.
So does that return then slot section B back to the original?
I don't
action?
think it does, but Tony will confirm that. Yeah, does that card come off? I don't think it does.
No.
So these are not they're technically game owned,
Mm.
but they're for that card they're unowned.
Yeah.
They're not owned by a player.
Okay.
Yeah, unowned equals game owned spaces. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Again, I'm feeling limited. I can't take this space. There's nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. I can't
You
build.
can go there. Huh?
I could do, but what will I
You
do?
can go there.
Yeah, but Rob's not going to spend a piece of chai, is he, and take all that.
Yeah, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 there.
So you get 2 if I spend a piece of chai.
Yeah.
I will take that gamble. We'll get there.
And then the other option is just here to get 2 tea.
Yeah.
Which you can then convert to other things. I'll take another station or construction building.
Yep. Right.
So
So
that's it.
step A or action A. Ready to go first?
Funny enough, I'll spend a chai.
Oh, who'd have thought?
You're going to do it?
Take. Actually, I won't spend the chai. I'm just going to take 3.
3
I
iron.
don't need for my plan this turn anyway.
Okay. Nick?
Okay, I will take the 3 iron.
You get the
please.
train.
Sorry to lean across you.
Right. This one?
I hope I got this right. I
Yeah.
want to build this one
Which is 4
for
stone.
4
Yeah, 4 stone.
stone there.
Yeah. Put a marker on there. That'll get you 9 points at the end of the game.
Okay, so then it's me, and I want to convert. So I will spend So thanks for not spending the charge. I will spend there and I'll convert an unlimited amount. So I would like 1, 2, 3
3 pieces of steel.
Steel, please.
Three.
Thanks.
Oh,
And
sorry, before he does that, I'm activating
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
ability
You're going to do that first.
to convert 2 of these
okay.
into 2
Into
steel.
2 steel. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
And is there any merit in changing this one into rubble? Probably not. So no, I'll just do that. Thank you.
Okay. So laying of track.
Okay, I'm going to spend 1 this time.
Oh, that's done.
That's done.
Yeah.
1 steel
1 steel.
to.
So you lay the track to Agony Point.
Yep.
It's a very nice place to go. Purple.
So if I spend a try, does that mean I lay 2?
3.
3.
It's 2 more than what's
So
ever
it's
shown.
1
there.
plus the 2.
Okay, I will do that.
Wow. 3 track.
3 track.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So that's there, there, and there. Okay. Nice.
That one comes back to you. then.
That's sped up quite a bit.
Mm.
And then Rob, you get to
Oh, yep.
buy a piece of equipment or a station.
Let's see. 6. Yes, let's pay 3 stone to build over on that
3 stone for the
one there.
that one.
There's your 3 stone.
Thank you. And we're done.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
So this one moves across.
That one
Technically,
goes
comes back
next
to
round,
there.
yeah. Those 2 slide down. The rain goes, and it's raining again.
Yep. So
That one goes down
Boom.
by 1. That can't go down
Can't.
anymore.
that goes up by 1.
Oh, so close.
So
and then it's going to be
next.
foggy in 2 months' time.
Okay.
Right. 9 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. No event.
Mm.
Interesting. Right, phase 4.
Okay, so it's me to start, isn't it?
Anybody want to buy a 3rd worker?
Yes.
Right.
T-
The yellow.
I will lay some track, please.
Tony is reminding us that the players can see that the game can end rather surprisingly quickly. Because you saw what happened then.
Mm.
Yep.
Now you look at, you've got 3 pieces of track.
Yeah,
You've got 1. 1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah.
The game could end this round.
This live stream gets shorter.
If you 2 build track, the game could end this round.
I'm building track.
Right, there you go.
Oh, you got 1 as well. Right, okay.
What are you thinking?
Oh, I'm going to buy a contract card.
Okay.
Are you going to be able to meet the needs of it?
Fingers crossed.
Okay, because yeah, this is likely the last round.
Okay, so it's me again.
So Tony, a question, because I don't actually have the game box, but what are you putting on the box for the time to play? I guess it varies depending on the number of players. I would probably put something like, I don't know. I don't know how long the solo game takes.
Mm.
It might be like 30 minutes
Thanks,
to 120
Tony.
minutes. Oh yeah, people should have been placing their bets at the start.
Yeah,
Probably
oh yeah,
a
we
bit-
forgot to do that, didn't
probably
we?
a bit late now.
Yeah. You don't get any points for having any of these at the end of the game,
No.
do you?
No, the only I do have an end game scoring card here,
Okay.
which is stations,
Okay.
tea gardens,
Yeah.
or tea estates, score completed track,
Okay.
then score your contract cards. Tea
Yeah.
and your supplies, half a point each,
Okay.
and then your chai,
Okay.
and then your equipment cards. That's it. So we didn't miss anything.
Okay. I will go here, please.
Okay, I will go there, please.
And I will go here as well.
Okay.
So tea's worth half a point.
Tea is worth half a point. Yeah. 30 to 90 minutes printed on the box. Yeah,
Okay.
Most-
I think that's about right.
Okay.
You got one more
You
work
got
left.
one more.
Yeah, one more worker left, so just working out. Resource won't get me anything. I've got the building there. So, yeah. I think you're going to build 1, 2, 3. I'm going to build number 4.
Game over.
That's going to end the game.
Yeah. And this will have been a particularly short game with a rush on the track.
Okay, yeah.
Because if you look, very few stations have been built.
Yeah. And the games with this mechanism over here has not really pushed us forward too
Not
far.
too fast.
Only
So
just clearing that excavation quite
That's
quickly.
take 3 charge.
So this means at the end of the game, you count. You get 3 points for every chai that you have.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Tony's shouting.
Mm.
Don't forget about this.
Yeah.
Because instead of 3T being worth 1.5 points, it's worth 9 if you build there.
But they out of time.
Yeah.
Unless
Nobody's got any tea, have they?
unless you don't build all the track.
Wow.
That's the other
Yeah.
possibility.
that is
But
it.
then it's worth 54 points to
It's
me
worth
to
50.
build all that track.
If you don't build it, somebody else will build
I'm
it.
going to
exactly.
jump onto A,
Yep.
please. That one there.
This one.
Yep, that one there. Thank you. And I'm going to take. So no, I'll take it when we come to it.
Which is now, I think.
Yep. So I'll take 3 stone, please. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so we're on phase D. So I've got this card here. Whenever you take the lay track action this round, you do it at 1 more than the current work rate, which
Yeah,
is
current work rate is 1.
So there's no real merit in me activating that card because I would only be able to build 2 that way, wouldn't I? Is that right?
Using that card, it's
Yeah.
2. Using a chai, it'll be 3.
Yeah, I'll spend a chai then,
Yeah.
please.
You've
So
got 3 pieces of track.
You
Okay.
can't build more than 3 because
here
you've
you
only got 3
so let me
Yeah.
pop that back in there. And where does this go then? So if you could just lay
There.
those for me, Paul, please. 1.
Which gets you a chai.
Okay, fantastic.
Then there, and then there.
Okay,
Super, super. So funnily enough, I lay
I'll take that one back.
that one there.
I'll give
Okay,
you that
chai.
one as well.
Gets me a chai.
And
And
that triggers the end of the game.
Wow.
So we've finished this round,
Mhm.
but then that's it.
okay. So, building. I will spend 5 rubble to build here at the bazaar.
At the end of a round in which the last track space has been built. Yeah.
And then as another option, I can spend a chai to build another button, build another one.
Where did you build?
Build there,
There.
because it was the best way to
Yep.
return.
I mean, everything is open now.
So if I don't spend the chai, I've got 2 VP. So I can sacrifice 1 VP in terms of chai to then spend 2 stone to get 4 VP. So a better rate of return using stone other than 3 VP per chai, which will be less because that'll only be
Yeah.
3 VP if I spend it. So yeah, I will spend a chai
To do a second build.
to a second build. Ooh, no. That's 4. No, that's still the better one. So, sorry, where was that? Oh, that was there. That was there. That goes there.
Done. Pop, pop.
That was this one here
There's
back.
that one. So, Gemma, you get to take a contract card.
Before I do that, can I just ask what this one does?
So it's either, at the moment, take 2T,
Yeah.
or convert however many T you want into chai.
Brilliant.
So it's probably worth
And
it.
what does using the chai here?
It means you can clear
Remove
those
this
3,
now.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
draw 3 new ones,
I
and
want
then
this
take
one,
where you want that
if
one.
that's okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, so I can turn how many T? Is it how many can I get from
You
that?
can turn 2T into 2 chai.
2 T into 2
So
chai.
that's got a number 5 on it. It's not got a letter on it. What does that mean then? You may discard
When
this card
that
instead of
event
steel
triggers,
bar.
you can burn that card in its entirety.
Oh right, that's
Instead
right.
of losing a
Yeah,
train.
It's event number 5 is when you can use the top bit.
Okay.
Okay.
I will turn that into 2 chai, please.
Yep.
So that puts me up here, up
Yep.
to that one.
Okay.
And I then take this one back.
Can I have some
You
2T.
can have 2T.
tea, please?
Yeah, 1, 2. There you go. Right,
Wow.
we are done.
Okay.
Time to get out the official
Scorebook.
Alubari scoring pad.
How long have we been playing for then, roughly?
Well, it's 9:30 now. We didn't really get started. What's
about
an
an
hour?
hour,
Hour?
perhaps? Okay.
I'd say
But as I
an hour.
say, it did seem to go quicker.
It ended quickly.
It ended quicker
Not
because
yet.
you were building lots of
Yeah,
track.
I've lost out on that. I didn't get enough track down in
Okay.
one, so that's scored me nothing, frustratingly. And interesting enough, I've actually got 1 harvest from the tea estates.
Yeah, oh yeah. In the game
Yes,
yesterday, we had like 4 harvests or something like that. I mean, you were very close. That's all dependent on the weather.
Yeah, because you keep getting rain, it can cause, or if
Yeah.
if you keep getting sun, it can trigger it because that just causes that to keep going.
Yeah, games will play out differently depending on this and the contract cards. So, tea estates. Rob, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for your tea estates. Gemma, you get 1 plus 9, so it's 10.
You blitzed at the end.
Nick, you get 1.
Okay.
Right, so that's the points for the tea estates. Stations. I'm going to go through them in order. So, Rob, you've got 12 plus 6, that's 18, 23, 27, 33. 33 from stations. Gemma, 9. 9. Nick, you got 4 for this, 3 for that, so that's 7.
Yep.
7.
Wow.
Okay, that's the stations done. Completed track spaces. So that's these ones.
Yep.
So yellow gets 4.
I had 3.
You count.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Is that
Let's
not
go
not me there?
Yeah.
No, yeah, let's go
Yeah.
from the start. Sorry, I forgot these. So purple, 3, 7, 10,
10.
13.
Yeah. 10,
13 for Gemma.
Yeah.
Rob, 4
8.
and 8. And Nick
Yeah.
is 3, 6, 10, 14, 17, 20.
Yeah.
20 from track. Right. Right, contract cards. So at this point you take your discs from the board, because we've already scored them,
Okay.
and you put them on the contract cards. So you need 6 track.
Yes. Can I have my 6?
So
please?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Should be one
6.
more.
6.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, 6 for that.
Could I have 4 of my tracks?
1,
Which I think is
2,
awesome.
3, 4. Yep. Right, so points for contract cards.
None.
Rob didn't get it. Gemma?
I got both of mine. So this one was 2 tracks,
Yep.
15, and this one was 3 tea leaf
And the other 2
and
tracks.
2 tracks.
So
23.
38. Nick?
I've got 54 here,
Yeah.
which was a great card for me, and then I've got 2 points for every chai.
You've got 4 chai.
So 8,
Eight.
so
So
54.
62?
62.
62. Right.
That hasn't won over every
Chai
time.
and tea leaves. So yellow gets 6.
Yep.
Red and purple get 1. Tea leaves left.
I had 1 left
Yeah,
over.
that's
Tiebreaker.
half. You don't round down.
Oh, that's-
So
I've
it's
got
half
that.
a point.
Mm.
Right, let's add them up. So Rob.
Hang on.
Oh no.
My
Oh, yeah,
very
trains.
reliable train.
Very reliable train is worth 9.
Yep.
0 and 0. Right. So 9, 10, 18, 51, 57.
Without at least one of them.
Yeah, 57. Gemma. 10, 19, 19, 29, 32, 71 and a half. And Nick, 82, 88, 89,
Boom.
76. No, hang on a minute, 96.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, that 62 was awesome. 82,
Yeah.
88. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So,
Okay.
winning score of 96,
Mhm.
71 and a half, and then 57. So, rushing it at the end
hmm
was the right thing to do for you because it got
Yeah.
you those 54 points.
And that's mega, that 54, isn't it?
That is.
That was that was it. Also,
Mm.
if I managed to get my third, the only once, but it would also have stopped you from getting.
Mm. Yeah.
But-
Yeah, then the scores would have been completely different, wouldn't
Yeah,
they?
because
I'd have been on about
that,
5.
yeah, that's you only
How
just
short
managed
were you of that?
one train track.
One
Wow.
train track.
One train track.
Because you had the 3 tea estates.
So I should have focused more on the trade track a bit earlier.
Yeah, to get the 3.
Then that got rushed,
Mm.
and a few chances where I lost out on some of the iron.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
of course, that was an all or nothing, and you managed to get the
Mm.
all. So
Yeah.
very well played.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Right. So that is a full 3-player tutorial and playthrough with 3 players that are brand new, not just to Alubari, but also Snowdonia,
Mhm. Yeah.
which, as I say, is a very similar game. And it was, about what, an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes, I think.
Mhm.
And if you played it again, it'd be an hour.
Yeah.
Because you'd be doing it a lot quicker.
Although,
Yeah.
of course, as Paul noted, the events have to be quite different. You know,
Mm.
The events happen different.
You know,
Yeah.
I rushed that early on the expectation of getting multiple tea harvests out of it, which
Yeah.
I then used to have dominated Silgari and got lots of chai. And it never happened.
Yeah.
So that was
Only one
frustrating.
player bought a piece of equipment,
Mhm.
whereas yesterday,
Yeah.
all of us bought at least one, and one player
In
bought
fact,
2.
I didn't need to bother with the very reliable because the event came up again.
You used it the first
No,
time,
that's
though,
right.
didn't
You
you?
did.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
first
used it.
time you saved it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it was out to trigger. Yeah.
But then we were all rushing for track, though, which is why we didn't then buy all of these.
Just out of interest, they were the scores from the game yesterday. So I'm not saying we played better. The game went on longer.
Yeah, so there was more scoring
There was
opportunities.
more scoring opportunities. So yeah, 113, 108, 88.5 was the scores from yesterday.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you very much to everybody for tuning in. Thank you very much for taking part in the chat. If you have any questions about the game, I'll put Tony's mobile number on screen. Basically, just give him a ring. The game will be available at Essenspiel this year. I estimate that all the copies will be sold out within the first hour. So if you are interested in getting the game, go to the Surprise Stare booth, speak to Tony, and if you say, my name's Paul Grogan, he's going to give you 25% off, apparently. So try that, it might work. Thank you very much, Tony, for all of your support over the years, and thank you very much for joining in the stream tonight. It's been really useful having you here. The main reason for having you here was in case I made a mistake, you could pick me up on it. You didn't do that. So I didn't get anything wrong. I've been worrying about that all day. But yes, and thank you again to Studio H for sponsoring this stream, and again to all of my Patreon supporters for making this possible. I will see you all next time for the live stream. I'll be doing a couple over the weekend, and I'll be doing some more next week. And then in November, I'll be doing a lot. Basically, in November, I'm just going to strap a GoPro to my head and stream 24 hours a day for the whole month, because I'm just going to spend all month playing all of the new Essen titles. Yes, so yes, thank you very much to everybody. Thank you for you all taking part tonight.
Right, thank
No
you.
problem at all. It was a
We'll see you
pleasure.
next time.
Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.